hey. Your family doesn't know who you are. Some parts of you were part of a pterodactyl, and I've loved that. I've been able to take care of my family as a pterodactyl. You guys know Da Vinci? Do you know what he spent most of his life trying to figure out? A box. You guys believe in straight lines? Show me a straight line. A box. Bit of a Chanel box. I couldn't show you. I am going to show you. Can I go on?
Yep, you good?
You guys know pterodactyl. 0.41421356237 divided by 2, cube it again, ... right? Make math make sense.
Should we open up to questions from the audience?
No, I don't want to talk to them. That's it.
Hi, so today I'm going to tell you about this actor who believes that 1 times 1 doesn't equal 1. He also tried to literally disprove the whole existence of math in front of an Oxford class, and yes, this is 100% true. I'm not joking. I wish I was. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, it is the actor Terrence Howard. He is from the show called Power, but many people know him from his breakout role as a pump in the movie Hustle and Flow, in which he actually does this. He tells a baby to shut up and stop crying mang, because that's what he does in that movie. He says mang. There's actually a supercut of him saying mang because it's so funny.
I'm talking about man as in mankind, not man as in man.
So what you need, man? That ain't this now, man. For sure, man. Mike, sorry, man. Oh, man, you relax your ass, man. Come here, man. Hey, man, you can't be crying around like no bitch, man.
Not only is that, but he's a super physicist who's also disproving NASA's theory that gravity exists. So this man literally holds the key to the entire universe in the palm of his ass cheeks. And he is going to give out the secrets today because Oxford invited him to speak at their, well, I thought it was a school, but it turns out this is just a clown show. And today we're going to take a look at it. I can't believe that this is actually happening. I can't believe that this is a thing. But I guess we're going to try and disprove math today. So if anybody in the comment section is a mathematician or has any common sense, you're going to want to turn that off for this video. And while you're at it, just subscribe, because if you're going to turn off the common sense, we're going to try and get to 500,000 somehow. While you're at it, do follow me at 16leo_, and tell me if you like the video, because this is one of the out there ones. So a while ago, I looked at things like TED Talks, and I found the worst ones. I thought there was nothing worse than the bad TED Talks. Turns out Terrence Howard has been secretly supervillain plotting behind the scenes, doing some of his major work. Now this man came from humble beginnings. He was a great actor. He's an Oscar-nominated actor. So just for some backstory, I was watching an interview with him, and this is how I found him out. It was actually on a red carpet interview for his show Power that he started getting a little wayward. See if you can figure out what I'm talking about.
I mean, everyone keeps trying to tell me, don't say it's forever, but I've spent 37 years pretending to be people so that people can pretend to watch and enjoy.
Okay, so let me stop you there. That's a little odd, coming off a little, I don't know, salty. So while I was watching this interview, I was like, something seems amok, you know, something's run amok. And then I continued.
I've made some discoveries in my own personal life, you know, Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly, the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years.
So at this point, I was like,
oh man, that heroin must be kicking in, because I cannot understand him.
And then I realized, oh, wait, I don't do heroin. I'm a fully sober man. Maybe he's the crazy one. Not really sure what he's talking about Pythagoras. Last time I heard that was in school. And then I just heard the word pie and got hungry.
When I've got an entire generation to teach a whole new world. All energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from to make the platonic solids?
Ah, yes, the platonic solids. Because they're platonic, like friends. They don't have a sexual relationship with each other. You can't fuck circle. Okay, it's fair to say at this point I was fully lost. I had no idea what was going on. And I was just in it for the ride. Woo! Go Terrence!
So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new wave conjugations. Tuesday, when I receive my star, I'm going to be able to prove that gravity is only an effect and not a force.
So yes, This man tried to say, literally, that gravity is an effect and not a force. He tried to disprove gravity. And let's be honest, if Terrence Howard is right, NASA has been doing something wrong this whole time. Or it's the crack talking, maybe.
I'm putting something on YouTube where I will build the planet Saturn without gravity and build the Milky Way galaxy.
Wow.
My God, this man is building planets. I'll tell you, last Wednesday I had a Chipotle. I never wrote in my itinerary, build a planet. Like that's tough, man. This guy is really doing a lot with his day. It's good for him.
Did you
On
also say
Tuesday.
you're getting your star on Tuesday?
Yeah.
On the Walk of Fame?
On the Walk of Fame,
Well,
which is interesting.
congratulations.
How am I getting a star when I've never, for TV, when I've never received an Emmy nomination?
And there it is. How am I getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame without an Emmy nomination? That's the real scientific question right here, bro. I was optimistically hopeful, but then Oxford called him. So the next part of the story takes place in Oxford University, one of the most prestigious places of all time. Why?
I know we're starting a bit late. We're trying to get some stuff loaded up that we won't be able to use, so...
It doesn't even say what he is, just Terrence Howard. It doesn't say Terrence Howard, actor. It might as well have said Terrence Howard. I don't really know what he's doing in Oxford. I'm not sure. Getting an actor at Oxford, that's like getting Dr. Dre to teach medical school. It's just not really a thing.
We're going to do it a little differently now. We're going to do it manually, eye to eye, person to person. I'm Terrence Howard, and I'm so honored to have been invited here to speak at Oxford.
So, as you could tell, and this is, again, just another theory. I think we'll put down some theories. Again, let's get the fake board up here. We'll put down Terrence's theories and just go over them at the end of the video. I think that this man is a little spaced out. I know that the initial questioning is he okay? Does he need help? I actually went through all of this before I did the video because I didn't want to just be like, well, Terrence is a crazy person. That's not fair. And his thoughts and theories might as well be relevant because he's not hurting anyone. But I heard that a lot of people did reach out to him. And a lot of people have been trying for years to be like, are you okay? And I think he's fine. He just says some wild stuff. With that being said, let us watch his amazing journey at this Oxford school thing. He starts off by talking about how he's an actor, and then proceedingly gets further and further and further away from the topic which they wanted him to talk about.
You know, I didn't have any training as an actor, right? I grew up in a real bad part of Cleveland, Ohio. Wore little girls' dresses for the first 2 years of my life because we didn't have any money.
Write that down, write that down. So that's the first thing. He grew up in a really bad part of Cleveland, so he had to wear girls' dresses for the first 2 years of his life. That's tragic story, man. You know, just my theory or understanding was dresses was more expensive than just pants and sacks. But hey, we can attribute all his problems to wearing girls' dresses, I guess. I don't think that's the underlying theory, but he seems to want to bring that up. I don't know why he felt the need to bring it up, but hey.
This is Terrence Howard, baby.
I managed to climb my way out of there by doing a fancy little thing called lying. So I put together a 3-page resume, and I put my name on them, starring in all these things, and that was my first resume.
Lie on your resume. Write that down. Lie on your resume. If ever you want a job, lie about it.
You know, a lot of actors end up with personality identity crisis and conflicts. They don't let go.
You, right? A lot of actors end up with personality and conflict crisis and they don't know what really to do with their time.
So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new
Wave conjugations.
Terrence, do you not see what you're talking about yourself? Look in the mirror, Terrence.
It's you, baby.
What you saw in Anthony Hopkins and Hannibal Lecter, that monster lives in him. That's why we believed it.
Really? Woo! I'm going to call an inaudible there. I'm going to throw a flag down for that one. Anthony Hopkins, Silence of the Lambs. He played a cannibal. And Terrence Howard was like, that really happened. Yeah. I hate to be... Yeah, Anthony Hopkins is not a good actor. He's just a real life...
That's what he did. He ate that ass. Really.
You may think you've been here for 20 years on this planet, but we know that energy, it is forever. It doesn't die. Some parts of you were part of a pterodactyl.
Can we write that one down too? Some parts of you were a pterodactyl. Have you ever heard the dinosaur, the pterodactyl? I like how he just said that really casually. I like that. I really like it. He doesn't even need to say he's saying it like how a pump would say the word man. Mang. A pterodactyl, mang. That's very good, Terrence. Love it. Also, I like the theory. I used to be a pterodactyl. Oh, everyone used to be. He just said it like a matter of fact. You were a snail, bitch. And you're still a snail.
I was an actor because it was like Jesus walking on water for tips, because he could do it. That's what he did. It was a natural thing for him.
I was an actor because Jesus could walk on water. Some of the most gangster shit I ever heard in my life. Yeah, Jesus and me share one thing in common. What we do, we make it look easy. Damn, what a flex that is. He didn't even win the Oscar. Anyway, whatever.
But the thing that I was most spiritually connected to was physics, wondering how the universe really came to be. And I fell in love with this thing called the flower of life. You guys know Da Vinci?
I love how do you guys know Da Vinci? Does Oxford know Da Vinci? Are you guys familiar with a thing called science? Have you heard about this thing called mathematics?
Who in here knows the flower of life? I want you guys to know about a 6,000-year-old secret mankind has been trying to decipher, called the flower of life.
Oh my God, put that away, Terrence. Jesus, 6,000 years and you're holding it like a damn tablecloth. Can you put some gloves on, bro? This is a rare card if ever I've seen one. This is the flower of life. I hesitate to tell you, but I actually did look this stuff up. And look, I'm not well-versed in science. I'm not well-versed enough to dispute these theories. I'm not trying to dispute Terrence Howard in any way. I'm just saying the way that he's going about explaining it is very scary.
Now do you know the flower of life?
No, you just showed me a picture of your grandma's tablecloth.
This is one of the oldest symbols in human history, right? It was found in the Temple of Osiris, and it had been molecularly burned into the wall, saying whoever controlled that flower of life controlled the universe.
This is sounding more and more like a Nicolas Cage screenplay. Every second, a movie between these two would just explode in my mind.
You show me where the Platonic solids come from. Where do they have their foundations in our universe? We've been looking at these straight lines, this Euclidean way of thinking, and missing the curvature of nature. Take a point here and say, well, what's the space in between all of these things? Now, they've said that all the in-between spaces, if this is the Earth and this is the moon right here, all this in-between space is filled with what? A void. There's nothing in the void. Well, I found that there is something in the void.
I have a void. I wish I could have avoided this. I'm still not really sure what he's trying to achieve. I wish that I knew what he was trying to achieve, because the speech started off as I'm an actor and then proceeded to break down into now I have a drawing of some flowers here and I'm going to tell you about how the moon and sun and shit works.
What I've done is I've figured out about 7 different elementary particles, fundamental particles.
That's a big number change. He went from 70 to 7 really far. I'm not trying to poke holes in your theory there, Terrence.
You guys know about loops in math? Do you know the square root of 2? Do you think that's a loop? Do you believe that the square root of 2 is the square root of 2?
Yeah, I don't... Damn it. This is like one of those kids in school who's like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Everybody got a phone? Put it on the calculator and turn it to the side.
Wait, hold on.
Now I want you to put in 2.
2?
And square root it. 2, hit the square root. You'll get 1.4142135623.
Okay, I'm now in debt. I don't know what I did, but I think I just bought NFTs or something. I'm sorry, I'm in debt now.
Divide it by 2, cube it again, divide it by 2, cube it again, and I want you to do that until the end of your lives. And that number will still come up with 4271, 2174, 6190.
You know when like someone memorizes pi? And they're like, it's 3.146369, your mother in the bathroom last night. You know, when they say that, I was like, wow. Wow. I'm not impressed by the fact that you know these numbers. I'm impressed by the fact that you think I would be impressed that you know these numbers. Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is what we call a loop. It is illogical, it doesn't make sense, and it does not make math make sense. I would like to audit how we view the Platonic solids.
So now we get into the meat of this episode. This man is going to try and disprove maths. He's just going to try and be like, math needs an audit. I'm going to literally audit how we use everything in life. Because as you know, math is pretty much one of the core fundamentals of existing. Everything that you see has something to do with math. Because if you play a game, it's coded by numbers which are included in math. If I use this microphone, math is used to make it. Every single thing is done by an equation that is then brought to life. So if our math is wrong, every single thing on this earth has been absolutely mismanaged and not been done right. And Terrence is trying to prove that literally everything in existence is wrong. That's a bold claim. So then Terrence Howard finishes his opening statements. They take the podium away because they're like, please, no more, Terrence. And he sits down in the chair and then he starts taking questions from the audience.
Tons of paperwork of Da Vinci working on the flower of life and trying to unravel it. The shortest distance between 2 points is curved space. What we have been dealing with is these petals, but is these other shapes that we've ignored. Well, those other shapes were the in-between spaces.
What would happen if someone just tore that paper? Do you think he'd turn into the Hulk? I know he used to be an Iron Man before they replaced him with Don Cheadle, because presumably he was like, Iron Man has no solids. I got some platonic solids for you, Iron Man. And they were like, Terrence, that's not in the script. And he was like, what script? This paper script? That's like a perfect shape? So they probably kicked him out. Now he's at Oxford talking about platonic solids, but I would just like to see someone tear that paper up.
Our planet is moving away from our sun at 6 inches a year. In less than 500 million years, our planet will be out of the Goldilocks zone. So life will not be able to be sustained on this planet anymore.
I'm sorry. Can we write that down on the board? In less than 500 million years, life won't be the same. Have you ever thought 500 million years into the future? You know when someone's like, hey bro, you free next week? And you're like, I don't think that far ahead. I might be free. Terrence is like, what are you doing in 500 billion years?
600 quadrillion miles, you can't make a mistake. You need precision. These pieces predict the natural distribution of matter. For 40 years, I've worked on this.
At the time, Terrence Howard was turning 50 in this interview. So since he was 10 years old, this man has been like,
yo man, we gotta change in 50 billion, 500 billion years, the earth is gonna just get wrecked, bro. I'm 10. What's your main problem today? Oh man, you colored outside the lines? Well, I'll tell you what my problem is. This earth is gonna explode in 500 million years if I don't do something about it. Jesus.
To suggest that neutrinos don't exist is not only to get rid of that small theory, but also quite a lot of other huge laws of physics.
Are they laws or are they ideas of physics?
oh, you got him, baby. Are they laws or are they just made up bullshit? I'm Terrence Howard. Mic drop, baby. Woo! But that wasn't a mic drop because gravity doesn't exist. I did that on purpose. Just clarifying. Just clarifying. All right, cool.
What would Newton say? Action times an action. That's a reaction, right? Anybody in here that thinks 1 times 1 equals 1, then you give me 2 pounds and I'll give you a pound back.
What I don't understand is how he just decided to steal some money from someone. If you give me 2 pounds, I'll give you 1 back, baby. Is this man just trying to shortchange people at a bus stop?
What about 4 quarters times 4 quarters? That's $1, right? That's a pound, right? Well, that's $4.
Damn. I've been getting shortchanged every day. I didn't know that. I did not know. 4 quarters times 4 quarters is $4? Shit. Bus stop really been hustling me these days, Terrence.
So we need an audit on the platonic solids. We need an audit on the square root of 2. Say 1 times 1 equals 1 and there's no action and reaction. And until we make that change, we're in trouble. We're going to be stunted as a species.
Okay, can we write that one down? If 1 times 1 equals 1, we're going to be stunted as a species. So we got to change that shit. Can we just change it for Terrence? Can we just make 1 times 1 equal 2 so he could be happy?
If you have a question, raise your hand nice and high.
So now is my favorite part. The students ask him acting questions because, rightfully so, the only thing this man is probably qualified to give advice on right now is acting. But he proceeds to take every opportunity to use those acting questions and divert them right back to science, where he belongs. It's actually beautiful to watch.
Well, everything is based on chemical reactions. In order for me to become a character, I have to change my chemical composition of how I'm thinking, which changes how the heat is generated and transferred out in and out of my body.
God damn, this man is such a good method actor. He literally changes his body temperature based on the character. Jeez. I never thought to do that. I like method acting myself. I consider myself a pretty good method actor, but I've never thought to change my chemical composition in DNA based on the character.
They say negatives attract.
Right, the classic saying, opposites need to stay the f away from each other, bro.
My grandma said she was dropping a gospel mixtape.
How do you break into something?
Oh, well, enter the business if that...
No, you had it right.
So the next person asks a question. He says he's from Atlanta, and then he also says his grandma's dropping a mixtape. Weird. He then asks, how do you break into the entertainment business? And he uses those specific words, break into it. Then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I mean enter. And Terrence Howard is like, nope, you said break into it. And then he latches on to the stream of conscience. That is beyond me.
Because they don't want you in there. Everybody else wants that job. They're trying to keep you out. So you have to break into the business. How do you break into something? It's a little cunning involved in that.
A little cunning, I could agree.
And there's a little violence involved in that.
Okay, well, that's... Whoo, white flag. Nope, can't get violent to get a role. Don't do that. Don't. Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard says use violence to get into movies. Oh my
there's
God.
Violence involved in that.
Why?
Not black eyes and bloody noses for me. It's life or death when I'm in that ring. And that ring is the set and the stage for me. You will lose your life in that game. You go in there and you destroy them.
Can we write that one down? He said you will lose your life. And you will break into acting in any way that you have to. So Terrence Howard basically saying, hey, if you want to get into acting, murder someone. Damn it, Terrence. You can't tell people that they have to murder people in order to get into a business. This is not the hitman business. Don't give them bad advice.
My question is, when you go to play parts...
Holy shit, it's me. Hold the mic closer, bro.
Do you look for specific things in a character that you're going to portray, or do you just immerse yourself?
I don't do all that little tricky stuff about, oh, I'm going to go and this character reads this or any of that.
I love that. I love that. Because the previous question was talking about how he was as an actor, and he was like, I literally changed my chemical DNA to fit a role. And this question is like, so how do you get into character? And he's like, I just read the lines. I don't care.
All you do is have to sit there and say the words. It's just a river, man. You know, get naked and ride in it and jump out when you get cold. You know me.
All right, so let's write that one down. Get naked and ride that river and jump out when you get cold. Thanks, Terrence.
I'm the smartest man in the world. I figured out what Da Vinci and none of them could do. This may be crazier than the fiction. I woke up inside my mother's womb at about 6 months of age. Like, boom. It's like, oh, God, I'm here. I'm here. Don't forget.
Okay, so I forgot the question she asked already because his answer, as usual, trumps the question. But yeah, Terrence Howard remembered when he was born. I guess we can write that down too. Terrence Howard remembered when he was born. He literally remembered that he was in the womb, and he said the words "don't forget" a lot because okay, let's continue. Sure.
Don't forget. You know what I didn't want to forget? This flower of life. What Da Vinci tried to do at 80, I did at 6 years old.
And then he goes on to say that he did what Da Vinci couldn't do at 80 years old. And he did it in how many years, sorry?
I did it 6 years old.
He did it 6. Da Vinci, at 80 years old, he did it 6. Do you know why that's so hard for me to believe, Terrence? I'll tell you why. Because Da Vinci didn't live till 80. He only lived till 67. So that would be a very hard thing for me to believe. Not even the fact that you're 6, but sure, I guess.
I had been working on it perhaps from a past life. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm crazy or there's reincarnation or anything, but we know.
You don't have to say it. I've been thinking it, bro. I'm sorry. I like him. I just want to hear him speak.
So we are eternal, so stop panicking, thinking your life is over. I didn't go to school. I had a 1.6 grade point average graduating from high school. I'll keep doing it and I'll do it in the next lifetime.
Can we quote that? I didn't go to school. I had a 1.6 grade point average.
If not this one, in the next lifetime after that. Just remember, and another thing, don't forget, male to female. Male to female.
I guess we can write that down too. Male to female. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that was either.
But about 5 years ago, you spoke about harmonic wave sequencing and how that could
Harmonic wave resequencing.
Harmonic wave resequencing. Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. Woo! Terrence Howard for the win. Woo! Coming at you. I didn't hear the question. What'd you say?
And how that could possibly solve cancer. So is there much progress on that? And how do you propose that this resequencing would actually recode people's genetics?
God damn it, he's recoding people's genetics?
Simple. Our DNA is made up of what? 5 elements, right? Have you ever been at a party with some of your friends you ain't seen in 10 years, but y'all was like 14?
Yeah, nah, not really, bro. I haven't been seen with my 14-year-old friends. Like I don't think I'm friends with them now.
And there's a song that came on, and you was like, "Ugh," and everybody got up and was live at that moment.
Well, I've never done that in my life before. I've never went, duh, duh, duh. What song is that? Is that Nickelback Photograph? Look at this graph.
Now, when that song is played, when your particular prime resonant frequency is played, your DNA tightens. The frequencies are being pushed off. So yeah, I'm in the process of building the harmonic wave resequencer.
We went from acting to science to math to financial advice, now to music. This man is giving the best speech of all time.
Cure AIDS and cancer. And it's well underway.
Curing AIDS and cancer? We didn't even talk about AIDS. This is like he threw that in like it was a side of fries.
You're not proposing an audit. You're proposing like a
I'm not the first one to
of
say
the way
we
we
need to do
understand
this.
math.
And I might get shot about talking about this right now.
Terrence, I promise you, if anything, I will take the damn bullet for you, bro. You're not gonna do that. Nobody's even gonna waste it on you. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but that's not gonna happen.
But I've got a book coming out called Does $1 times $1 equal $1, or does $1 times $1 equal $2?
That's one of the shittiest names I ever heard for a book in my life. But I'll tell you what, I did look up books. And let me read you a passage from that book. Dear world, I have been told by many that the releasing of this truth may pose certain challenges in my life, for there are many institutions that this truth will be viewed as disruptive to their system and profit and gains. I want to live a happy and peaceful life, and I pray for longevity, not just for me, but for our entire species. Know that I will never harm myself, nor anyone else for that matter. Nevertheless, if my life has to face certain challenges so that this planet can be saved, please do not let these trials that I may have to face be in vain, and pray for me as I am praying for you. And then he has a meme on the next page. Martin Luther meme over here. All right, cool. Great stuff, Terrence.
Not only do I explain the death of the platonic solids, do you want to see the world in 2D or do you want to see it in 3D? I want the world in multicolor, spectral vision. Dude, his energy is there. Go.
He then points to a guy at the very back who he says energy aligns with him, and he's like, go, you ask the question. And then he proceeds to not hear anything he says. I don't know why I find this so funny.
Times $1 is $2?
Huh?
You said that, say, a pound times a pound is 2 pounds?
You say that 1 pound times 1 pound is 2 pounds? What? What'd you say? He's got a mic in his hand. What are you talking about, Terrence?
A pound times a pound should be 2 pounds.
Yeah.
If action times
when
action.
you multiply those two things together, you get a pound squared.
We use the mic.
Use the mic. Use the force. Use it. Use it. Abuse it, or you will lose it. Terrence Howard is a rapper.
Pound squared.
Can you divide pounds? Can you divide money? If you can divide it, you can multiply it.
Thank you. Thanks, bro. I didn't need to know that, but all right.
Funny, I actually patented 1 squared. So I copywrote all these things and patented all these things before bringing them to you.
So let's write that one down. Terrence Howard patented 1 times 1 equals 2. So you can't say that without paying him money or paying him respect or losing dignity.
It should be 1 pound squared or 1 square
It
meter.
becomes 2. Why does it become 1 pound squared is 2, isn't it? All that remains the same. Anything with 1, just add 1. The first rule of
Okay, then where's
multiplication...
the difference between addition and multiplication?
Well, multiplication is what? Exaggerated addition.
Damn! Got him again! What is multiplication? It's just you add things faster than usual. What's division? You'd minus them so fast. And what's minusing? I asked you that question.
Did you look at the square root of 2? Do you think that that's a loop? That's a natural thing? You know, 1.414213562373095 ... is the square root of 2.
I'm afraid that is all we have time for. So please join me in thanking Terrence Howard.
After he says the square root of 2 and remembers the numbers, the guy who brought him on is like, we're out of time. And Terrence looks shocked. He actually looks like to the right. He's like, yeah. And they cut him off because I think it started going a little bit in circles. Terrence sort of lost the plot as if he ever had it, but he lost it there. And this is it. He's never come back to Oxford. I wish they invited him back for, closing arguments or something. But that was an actor trying to disprove math and change the whole reality that we live in. On the board, if we could bring it up one more time, I have no idea what's on it. But I'm going to guess. Terrence Howard, pterodactyl, something about pterodactyls. Terrence Howard says 1 times 1 equals 2. He patented that. He has a 1.6 GPA, but he still went to school. Get naked and swim in that river. You have to murder someone to be an actor. So I'll tell you what, this man is clearly the greatest man on the face of the earth. I'll not hear any slander from him anymore. And in fact, I'll leave you with one piece of great information that I found out. It's called Terrence Howard got so mad at a professor told him 1 times 1 equals 1 that he dropped out of college. And the story goes, after high school, he attended Pratt Institute in Brooklyn studying chemical engineering until he got into an argument with a professor about what 1 times 1 equals. How can it equal 1? He said. Man, if 1 times 1 equals 1, that means 2 is of no value because 1 times itself has no effect. 1 times 1 equals 2 because the square root of 4 is 2. So what's the square root of 2? Should be 1. But we're told it's 2, and that cannot be. This did not go over well, he says, and he soon left school. I mean, you can't conform when you know they innately know that something is wrong. So yes, this man dropped out of college because of the equation 1 times 1. So if you ever feel bad about yourself, if you ever feel like you're failing in school, and you're not doing well in math, or English, or science, just remember that an Oscar-nominated actor literally dropped out of school because of 1 times 1. That is all I have for you today. I've been 16leo, and this has been mind-boggling, to say the least. Hopefully you liked this video. Let me know down below, and I will see you very soon on the next one. Thank you. Take care. And if you ever see Terrence Howard, tell him my favorite number is 1. 6.